So the Sun have gone with burnout as Chelsea rest Cole Palmer from the Euro squad to help load management. This is after leaving him out of Chelsea's Conference League squad amid burnout fears. So Chelsea took the shock step of resting the England attacker on the same day it was announced. Top Premier League stars will be asked if they want to boycott next year's Club World Cup. So where do you sit on this, Gabby, regarding Cole Palmer not being part of the Conference League squad for the group stage, as we must add?
I think it's disrespectful to the competition because they wouldn't do that for the Europa League or the Champions League. They're looking at the Europa League conference of like, oh, we're Chelsea, we shouldn't be in this. Let's rest our players who maybe might pick up knocks, especially with like, is it Lavia and Fofana have had injury problems. They're probably thinking like, rest them in the Europa League conference. We can play a weekend side or whatever, and then concentrate on the Premier League with some of these players. I think it's quite disrespectful to the competition, to be honest.
In terms of workload in general, though, just reading here in the Star, they've also gone with breaking point as Phil Foden and co send off the burnout alarm, with Chelsea axing Palmer over fears. So Phil Foden played the most games of any England player last season, and his total, get this, of games that he played was 72. Ooh. And that was only topped by his former Man City teammate, Julian Alvarez, who played 75. The likes of Liverpool's Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez also played 72 games. So this has sparked FIFA Pro saying that their survey of 1,500 top players revealed that 17% made 55 appearances or more, and that they feel the maximum number of games for players should be between 50 and 60. Thoughts?
I still think that's a lot, 50 and 60. I get it if you play every Premier League game and then you play in Europe as well. Then you got the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and all these other competitions as well. I think 70 is ridiculous, but you'll get Lord Simon who will say, well, they get paid so much money, they should play 100 games and get on with it. But I think that it's too many games for them. And I remember when we were playing that, we would be in the top 4 positions on the Martin O'Neill, and then we'd sort of die off about February because not enough rotation in the starting team. And even if you're young at 21, 22, it takes its toll on your legs. You're not as fresh. Injuries.
So why then? I get what you said about it's disrespectful to not include certain players in Chelsea's Conference League squad. But when you're now talking about the amount of games, then
of course,
surely then it makes sense that actually you don't need... Listen, it's not like not picking Cole Palmer, Fofana and Lavia for the Conference League stage. It's not diminishing Chelsea's squad. They've still got a great squad.
100%. But would they have done that? I get what you're saying because they've got so many players that can come in and so good. But would they have done that in the Europa League?
No, probably not. So. Probably not.
That's
but then this is the reason that they can say, well, maybe the Conference League isn't as, in terms of quality-wise, perhaps isn't as difficult, perhaps, as it could be if it was Europa League or Conference League. So this is the best opportunity for us to rest some 100%. Of our key players who
then you'll get
are at risk of burnout.
If I'm a team that's playing against them and I'm looking at that, I'm going to be like, come on, that's a team talk.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They're resting a few players, not putting them in a squad because they think the rest of their squad can beat you. Do you know what I mean? But I agree what you're saying, but I do think that if I was playing against Chelsea in that Europa League competition, I'd be like, oh, well, Palmer doesn't have to play, does he? Or is this a rubbish competition, is it? But I do get it that you need the rest as well, the players do.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? And with the Daily Star going breaking point, I mean, how long is this going to go on for that the players can just keep churning out all these games? Because then they might get injured and then fans will miss their players if they tear an ACL, they're out for 6 to 9 months.
I did laugh
how do they manage it?
Because I did see that the Man City got 2 games in 3 days coming up. I think they might have a Champions League game and the Premier League game and then a Carabao Cup game. And I was thinking, it's okay for Man City because they've actually got 2 teams. Do you know what I mean? They can play in 11 on the Saturday, change it for the Carabao Cup. I think it's Watford they might have, so they'll get through that. But for other teams that haven't got them big squads in the Premier League, it's going to teams like Villa that are in the Champions League and Spurs. It's going to take a lot out of their team, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably on the manager to rotate the squad as effectively as possible, whether you play more younger players in the Carabao Cup. You maybe make these decisions to protect the players like we're seeing in the Conference League, but it's a big balancing act, isn't it?
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.